Hey guys, ArchieLuxury. Hello guys, we're back on the channel. We're talking Rolex. All I want for Christmas is a Rolex. How many guys do you think would have the same aim? All I want for Christmas is a Rolex. I gotta tell you, man, all I want for Christmas is a Rolex watch. That's it. That's all I want. I don't want anything more. A lousy Rolex. That's all I want is a lousy, stinking Rolex. That's all I really want for Christmas is a Rolex watch. That's all I want is a Rolex. That's right, man. All I really want for Christmas is a Rolex. A Rolex wristwatch. That's it, a wristwatch. Okay, guys, let's get this show happening. Get on there now. Come on, guys. Posting the link. Posting the link. Okay, guys, it's on there. Yankee Doodle. Thank you, Yankee Doodle. 3-day countdown. Yankee Doodle. Yankee, Yankee. It's the Yankee Doodle. Yes, sirree. That's exactly right. Plastic's on. Marco's on. Hey, Plastic. Hey, Marco. Talk to me.
Hey, Parnif, I'm just heading out with the family, mate. Just want to wish you all your Rolex dreams come true. You too, Marco.
Hey, thanks, man.
Hey, man.
Yeah, have a great day, Parnif. I've got to head out, mate.
You look after that family. Plastic water pump.
See you, buddy.
Plastic. See you later. And we got my good friend, Rolex. Hello, Rolex.
What's going on?
Oh, man. Who's Jero Powell? Who's Jero Powell? Who's that?
Oh yeah, he's a new viewer. He wants to talk to you, Punish.
Hey, g'day. How are you? Hey.
Hey guys.
Who's
Hey,
this?
viewer.
So what's going on? Aren't you excited?
Look, I got to be honest with you. Don't get too excited. Don't get too excited. I don't want to jinx it. You know what I mean?
Ooh, $10. Super chat.
Oh, Kalkman. AC3, get a drink. Enjoy your Rolex and start talking about other brands again. That's what I want for Christmas, mate.
We could talk Omega. Why Omega is better than Rolex.
What?
Better value, better value, better value.
I guess. What do you think, Arch?
I got to be completely honest with you. I think the whole watch industry. Did you see my video I did yesterday? Lange pump and dump.
No, I didn't get a chance to watch it. I was working all day yesterday.
Lange pump and dump. Did you watch it, Marco?
Yeah, I saw it what's it called?
The Odysseus.
The Day? Yeah, the Odysseus.
Hey, I think he's playing along here. I gotta be totally honest with you, man. It is terrible.
Yeah, the Day Lange. That's what I mean.
Yes, yes.
The blue dial.
Yeah. JJ Lecoute, how are you?
What's up? How is everybody tonight?
Did you see my video on the Lange pump and dump? Did you see the video?
Yes.
What did you think?
I think you're right. I think people are stupid if they're going to buy one full retail to hopefully get a call later on.
But they're selling above retail right now. The Odysseus?
It's a pump and dump. Do you understand? I said, I don't think Marco watched the video because the
No, I know.
Well,
I watched the video.
It's like in school
That's why
when they're
people
like...
are buying it to begin with.
Trying
Because
to pretend they did their homework when they...
Yeah, it's like, can we talk about the book from last night? And you're like, yeah, I read it. I read it. I know what's up.
Your homework.
I gotta tell you, man, Marco, Rolex, JJ, what do you think?
What's up?
Was I right or not?
Oh, absolutely. You're right.
About what?
To be honest, I don't even like the Odysseus. I mean, when it first came out,
yeah.
nobody kind of liked it. It got lukewarm reviews. Now all of a sudden it's, double retail.
It's kind of funny. I had 2 people in a week came to me with that deal. They were offered by Lange.
Mm.
Basically, you buy a 30,000 plus Lange now, pay for it now, pay a third deposit on an Odysseus, and we'll get one for you within 12 months. Now, the thing is, if you look at Odysseus, they're going up to 100,000 US. There are 28,000. Oh yeah, get that drink, Kalkman. Yes, get that drink. I gotta tell you guys, seriously, you know what? Seriously, no, I'm having a terrible Sunday.
Sunday.
In Australia, it's Sunday morning, man.
Oh man.
It's Sunday morning, so let's have a drink. I gotta have a drink. Fire.
What's going on, Ponish?
Yeah, what's the deal?
I gotta tell you, seriously, I'm just waiting for my. I hope lockdown doesn't happen. Lockdowns are happening in Australia again. I want that subby for Christmas. All I want for Christmas is a Rolex.
2 more sleepies. 2 more sleepies.
Yeah, buddy. You'll be fine.
Yep, 2 more sleepies.
Wait, what's the situation in Australia, Ponish? Because in Canada, after the 25th, everything is like shut down until the 11th of January, I think.
No, we're not quite like that. It's just that there's been a bit of a cluster in Sydney, in the northern beaches. That's where a lot of rich people live, and that they've got to stay inside. Don't go, oh, it's just a disaster, man. It's a disaster.
So what, you think something's gonna happen where they'll close down the airports or something?
No, the airports are open, but it's just the quarantine situation. Like, for example, my paddock is down in Sydney. I can't go and pick it up now.
Oh shit. Whoa.
It's okay. Vintage Watchco's a good seller, but I'm just telling you, this is the sort of shite that goes on here. Poker Rich 9, £2. Pontiff Pelagos, blue or black? I need one. I don't really like the Pelagos. Never really liked it. It's titanium. Never really. I'd go with the blue. If you're going to pick one, go with the blue. Blue is always cool. DJ Dummy, does Santa wear a Pepsi? No, he wears a Coke.
That's so funny. What watch would...
You know Santa Claus was invented by Coke, right, Ponish?
That's correct. Exactly, because that's the red. That's where the red came from. It's Coca-Cola red.
Yep, pure marketing.
Is that true?
And,
yeah,
and I was
100%.
Ukrainian. There's a lot of Ukrainians in Canada, right? Marco, it's your lead.
Ukrainian?
Yes.
Not in Montreal. Not in Montreal. I don't know.
Well,
Marco, you passed you the ball, all right? You got to pick it up.
Ukraine is they're very anti-communist, anti-Russia, right? When I was a kid, because my parents are Ukrainian, the Santa, he wasn't red, he was in blue because they thought red was communist, so Santa had to be blue and white.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's just crazy. It's just ridiculous. They didn't want a red Santa. But I mean, red. The reason Santa is red is because Coca-Cola. It's one of the most commercial companies in the world, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%.
Arch, do you think that's going on with the Odysseus because of like the Nautilus? Like, is it like the same effect? Is that what's going on? These steel models just like double in price for some reason?
Look, I think what's happened is they released 100 to start with. Because when the Odysseus first came out, it wasn't selling at a premium. It came out, and then it just skyrocketed because there was no supply.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. That's what I think too.
I think they timed this beautifully.
Super
They
chat.
released a little bit. Kalkman to Euro. Is Panerai coming back again, Arch? Well, let me just tell you this. The reason why I talk about this Lange deal is because that's owned by Richemont. Richemont also owns PAM.
By the way, I like that blue PAM you featured, Ponish.
Sorry?
I like that blue PAM you featured the other day. It was really nice.
That's a beautiful watch, that is a beautiful watch. And I got to tell you, seriously, guys, I gotta tell you, seriously, I think the PAM pump and dump, sorry, the Lange pump and dump, they get 100 out there. Now, look at it. It's selling for 100,000. So you could buy one for 28,000 US. Now they're selling for 75 to 100,000. Okay, on Chrono. Would you buy one at retail? But you've got to buy a. It's absolute genius. I think it's genius. I think it's genius.
Yeah, it's retail genius, but the watch is kind of a. I don't like the bracelet at all. I think it's way too chunky.
So PAM, they produce about 5,000 watches a year. I reckon they're going to dump 1,000 on the market. Anyhow, that's my prediction. You tell me if I'm right. We'll come back in 12 months' time, 18 months' time. You can tell me whether I was right or
Wait,
wrong.
they only make 5,000 watches, Panerai?
That's correct. Nobody wants the bloody things.
So funny.
See, now, if you wanted like a Lange 1 or something, it would pay if you could get the Odysseus and then flip it, because you'd basically get your watch for free. The problem is, in 1 year from now, what is that watch going to be selling for?
Well, the problem is too, I featured a Grand Lange 1 on my channel, on the Paul Pluter channel.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what? That was a 2-year-old watch, and it was a 2-year-old watch, and
Oh my god.
it was I don't particularly want that guy on. You know, we've got a nice little group here.
Are we talking about the guy in the private chat?
Super chats.
You know that guy there. You know that guy. What's his name? We just got a nice little flow here. I'm in a bad mood today. Okay.
Let me in. That's hilarious. Let me in now.
Hey, why should we let you in?
I'm the biggest fan of yours.
Okay. Have you donated super chats?
Not today.
Okay. Goodbye then.
Oh,
You can't do that.
that fucking rules, dude. That's awesome.
You can't do that. That's not nice, Potter.
No way, dude. You can't sit with the cool kids. This is the cool kid table, all right?
Okay.
Hey,
NATO,
it's a rite of
$8.
passage.
Remember the other Christmas you were jaking over the silver dial Super Ocean Heritage? Now you're getting a Rolex, please.
Dude, I like Super Oceans. I've been looking at them a lot online. I really like those mesh
Actually,
bracelets.
you remember, this was 2 years ago, I got the white dial Super Ocean. You know what? Out of all the colors, I missed that watch. It
The
was
white
never
dial
a
Super
thing.
Ocean?
Yeah, white dial with black bezel. It was amazing.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, it was. I got it cheap. It was so cheap. Stuart D, $2. Thinking of trading Sub and Pepsi for new Daytona. Help.
Oh,
God.
Pawn,
Man,
help
why
this
would you
guy.
do
So
that?
stupid.
Stuart, I think Stuart keeps donating these super chats about selling and trading. And Stuart, just stick with what you have. You have an amazing collection.
Yes, I would like to hear, Stuart, what your collection is. Because if he has a Sub and a Pepsi, he's got some other
Yeah,
pieces.
he's got some APs and he's got some good stuff.
Yeah.
But Stuart,
I
keep
gotta
the super
tell you-
chats coming. We appreciate them.
Dude, I almost hate Daytonas, to be honest with you, because of like the hype that goes around them and like how tight the ADs are with them. It's just kind of like fucking. I'm over
You could
them,
get a
to be honest with
Daytona
you.
easier than you could get a Sky Dweller now, I think.
What? No.
I think that's true. Yeah.
The blue dial one for sure, I think.
Yeah, blue dial, but the two-tone is a dog. No one wants
No,
the
yeah,
two-tone.
yeah, not the two. I'm talking about just like steel. I think this blue dial Sky Dweller is the hardest to get right now out of everything.
$20. Joe Kramer, $20. Greetings, Arch. I have a Rolex Yachtmaster two-tone rose gold, black dial, and Explorer 39. Also an Omega 300. I was considering a Vacheron. What do you think? Also, I have no interest in Daytona. I got to be honest with you. Vacheron itself, I really have seen Vacheron. I'm not convinced. If you're going to spend so much money, I think Vacheron. Look, seriously. Paddock. If you want to buy Vacheron, Okay, he's looking at the overseas.
Yeah, it's a blue dial overseas.
I
Black
gotta be
dial.
honest. Okay. I gotta be honest with you. It's a beautiful watch, but man, I don't know whether I'd put my faith into Vacheron. Stick with Rolex, honestly, man.
Yeah, it's a nice watch brand. It's just a little soft if ever you want to move on from it.
I find here, Yankee Doodle, $2. I find people who follow trends so uncool. 100% right. He's 100%.
Oh,
right.
Pawn, if Jeff is in the chat, post the link, please.
Jeff is in the chat. No, he's not. I can't see anyone in the chat. Where? Who's in the chat?
Yeah, he's on there. He posted 7:45. I came on late. I
Oh.
can't see the link.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what's his name? Who?
Jeff.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jeff.
Jeff. I love Jeff. Jeff's coming. Get in, Jeff.
I think now's a great time
Yeah.
to collect dress watches. If you're into dress watches, now's a great time for you.
Yeah, the market is pretty much hollowed, right?
Yeah, but you gotta be careful with them.
I agree with you. I think it is very good bargain buying. It depends what you want. You know, I had this conversation with someone yesterday. Let me just. You guys are car people here. You got some car people here.
Mm.
Sports watches are like SUVs. Suddenly everybody wants one. Now, the thing is, let's get Jeff on here. Hello, Jeff. It's great to see you this morning.
What's going on, Jeff?
What's up, Jeff?
G'day, Arch.
I got to tell you, sports watches are like SUVs. Everybody wants one. They no longer buy a 5 Series or an E-Class. They buy an X5. That has become... And the reality is, an X5 or a Mercedes SUV is garbage. Absolute garbage. Absolute garbage. Put together in the South, in America. In the American South. Louisiana, the look, I gotta tell you, completely honest, dress watches, I think can be a very cool thing to have. If you really, you know, Patek is famous for dress, Lange is dress, Rolex still sports, yes. Rolex is kind of like the SUV. It's like the Toyota SUV, well made. It's not the best, it's not the greatest, but it is very, very well done. Now, everyone wants SUVs, don't they?
Yeah. I think, honestly, Ponif, if I had the cash, that 5127 is such a bargain buy at the moment.
I completely... I've been watching on Netflix... what is it called? Highway Through Hell. It's about these. Do you watch that in Canada? Is it that bad?
It's funny.
Is that
What's
true?
Highway Through Hell? I haven't seen it.
Here,
It's-
tell.
It's a Netflix thing where they talk about these truck accidents. These guys who run a recovery service. They go and get these trucks. And hello, Fike. How are you?
Hello.
So did you super chat? Hello?
Fike, hello.
Yeah, obviously not. You
Scared
can
him off.
Super chat, then come back in, okay?
It's a rite of passage, guys. You got to super chat.
Archie,
Yankee Doodle.
You're in a bad mood, mate. What's going on
Yes.
today? Jeez. The Ponder's in a bad mood.
I gotta tell
Tom's
you,
got a
I'm in
poopy
bad
diaper
mood.
today.
I just everything. I'm waiting for my sub, okay? Waiting for my sub. Is it gonna happen? Are we gonna have lockdown? It's hot and humid in Queensland.
Tension.
Yankee Doodle, $5. You mentioned how the person who has 10 Ferraris doesn't like them more than the person who has one and cherishes it. Same can be said for Rolex. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely.
Ponif, Brian BK, he wants to pick up an Explorer 1. He was talking to me in chat earlier. He says he wants an Explorer 1. Is that a hoarder?
No, it's okay. He wants one. He loves it. That's okay.
Yeah, but Ferraris are all sports cars, though. If you have different Rolex for different reasons, it's not really the same, you know?
Yeah, it's true.
Like if you have a sub or a GMT and use them for different reasons, this is a little different.
I'd have to agree with you. You know, I tell you honestly, it's I got to tell you, man. Seriously, Rolexes are just making me sick now. Everyone's hoarding them. Who doesn't want a Rolex for Christmas, dude? You know, why don't any women buy you Rolexes for Christmas? Can I ask you that?
This time next week, Archie, you'll be a different man. You'll be a new man with a Rolex on your wrist.
Yeah.
Can I happen?
Are we talking about the next buy, Explorer
Correct.
2 or
You'll already-
GMT?
Exactly.
I just can't believe what the hell's going on. What do you think, Jeff? Is this bullshit or what? What do you think it is?
What's this about all the Rolex hype?
There.
Well, it's supply and demand, isn't it? I mean, they're just controlling the situation, still producing their 800 to a million watches a year, and that's it. And the demand's going through there. It's a lot of watches, but there's a lot of demand.
NATO, $3. Pontiff, how dangerous are Filipinas? Stay away.
Very.
Look, it's like anything. If you make yourself vulnerable to any female, she will rip you blind.
But Pontiffs, don't you find Asian women have amazing attention to detail?
Oh, for sure, they're the best.
Filipinas know how to knife fight, though.
What was that? What?
Filipino girls, they know how to knife fight. You gotta be careful.
Okay.
They're all nasty, you know. They're all very, very nasty. Very. Joe, how are you, Joe? How are you?
I'm doing good, Archie. How about you?
Hey, I'm trying to get this Rolex in soon. It'll be coming. It's just hard, you know. Here we go. $2 super chats. Filipina. Look, I gotta be honest with you. Here we go. Stuart D, $2. Pontiff, ceramic white or black Daytona, whatever you can get. I think the Pandas, that goes for a slight premium, but man, whatever you can get.
I like the black.
And demand is so hard. Filipinas, I gotta tell you, I know a few people who are married to Filipinos. The problem is, let me just tell you this. They are very, very family orientated. They're kind of a mix between Asian and Spanish because they got the Catholic religion in them, and they constantly want to send money back home. So if you marry a Filipino lady, they want to help their family. And I got to be totally honest with you, you can't get well in life if you are constantly sending money to other people.
Yeah.
Oops, sorry. Unless you're a fan on this channel, of course.
Ooh.
Unless you're, but I gotta tell you, seriously, you cannot. You know, the problem with Filipino, look, they can be very nice, but they can also be highly manipulative. I've done a few paid phone calls. One guy up in Queensland, he's in a sexless marriage with a Filipino. It's terrible. Like, Filipinas, they can be they can be very charming and they can be wonderful. They can also, Rose Hancock, Jeff, think Rose Hancock.
Yeah, exactly.
She, you know, she kind of turned a bit.
Well, she was after the money.
Well, of course, but
yeah.
You know what I think the thing is with Filipino women, it's like any women. You've got to be careful. You cannot. I think it's just a general health warning there. If ever you make yourself vulnerable, like there's Thai women, they've fleeced men, but that's because men have put their money in their name and they've been silly. If you were stupid to do that, this is what can happen. So, yeah, Stuart D, $2. Pontiff lineup or fishbowl?
Hey guys,
Thank you.
I got a couple questions here.
Fishbowl.
I got a couple questions that you can kind of roll around in the head.
Go ahead,
The first one is the Datejust now?
A bit louder. We can't hear you.
Is any Datejust nowadays a bit of a sellout watch? Is like a Datejust now a stepping stone to get to a bimetal watch or a steel sports model? Is the Datejust kind of obsolete?
I don't mind the Datejust. But you can't get 36, it's too small. You got to get the 41.
Yeah.
Very true.
I personally think the Datejust is a perfect watch. It is great. It's a beautiful watch. I love one.
Right.
Yeah. If you go
I
steal,
gotta tell you, the problem with the Datejust is it is so. The professional line is just better. I'd rather have a sub than a Datejust.
But I bought, geez, carpet beetles. The
Carpet beetles, yes.
My Datejust is like my version of a dressier watch, you know, with the blue dial and the diamonds, and I wear it as a dress watch. That's my version of a dress watch.
It is a dress watch.
What about your Yachtmaster, Jeff? You don't wear that as a dress watch?
It's a bit of an in between. It can be because it's the rose gold. So,
Jeff, where do you
Upmarket
keep
barbecue.
your watches?
That's an upmarket barbecue watch, the Yachtmaster, isn't
yeah,
it?
that's it. Yeah.
Jeff,
Whereas
where do you
the-
keep your watches?
I've got them locked away.
Oh, okay.
Bang safe, big boy.
Nice.
Okay, my second question would be: do you think Tudor will ever go on its own? Like, do you think they'll ever do like their own like Black Bay, Tudor Black Bay? That
Hey,
would be
just
like the
very
official
quickly.
name.
I
God
gotta tell you,
bless
man,
Archie.
seriously, I got these carpet beetles. Jeff comes from Melbourne. They have home invasions there.
Oh,
They've
man.
had vicious home invasions. You got to be super careful. Hey, Tudor!
I think you're allergic to this guy, right?
Tudor! I'm allergic to the scotch. Tudor, seriously, Tudor is for losers. If you can't afford a Rolex, you buy Tudor. That's the reality. They are on their own. Tudor, the only line that is wanted is the Black Bay. Everything else is ugly. Look at the Grand Tour. Look at they have some really ugly watches, Tudor.
I love
I've
that.
never
I
been a fan.
I agree. I agree for the most part. Yeah, that's why I think the Black Bay.
The Grand
Oh,
Tour,
yeah.
you know the
We'll
Grand
take Tudor.
Tour, would you buy that garbage?
Absolutely not.
No.
I love my GMT.
And the Black
though.
Bay is supposed to be a submariner. That's what Tudor used to call itself, Tudor Submariner. Now they call it a Black Bay. Well, they don't want to put the word Submariner on the watch. Why?
I would love it if it did a reissue of the Submariner, like the Tudor Submariner. I would love it. I feel like the general public would love it.
Just get a Black Bay 58.
Too thick.
No,
on
no,
me,
what
but
it's called.
Tell you the
I've got
truth
Lady
there,
Boy
I think-
wrist.
I tell you honestly, Tudors themselves there, I love Tudor. I just found the sizing was never right. I'm a big guy. I found the standard Black Bay 41 mil. It just never really fitted well. It never really fitted in well. There's nothing I could do with it. And I gotta tell you completely honestly, Tudor itself there, they are a brand which they had many comings. You know that, remember, I don't know if you remember this, but Tudor flopped in America. They had that stupid Iconaut. You remember the Iconaut?
Oh, yeah.
Austin Daniels' favorite.
And they also had the Hydra. What did I have? I had the Hydronaut 2. Man, that thing was well engineered. Like you could actually see it wasn't just but it was so conservative. It was like 1950s conservatism. You know how in the 1950s they made projections of what the future would look like? That's what the Iconaut and the Hydronaut were like. Completely wrong. And I gotta tell you, seriously, you know, Tudor, who really gives a shit, Joe? Who gives a shit?
Fair enough. I've always been
Tudor
a big
is for
fan of
people
Tudor,
who can't.
but I can't get them on my wrist. Like they don't.
Tudor
fit
is for people
appropriately
who
on my
can't
wrist.
afford Rolex.
Yankee Doodle.
Yankee Doodle, $2. Here we go, $2. The Black Bay sits like a hockey puck. No thanks. It's 100% right.
Ponif, don't they have also that ugly chronograph there, the Fast Rider? Didn't you have that on the channel once?
Yeah, geez.
I didn't like that watch.
That was ugly. You know that? Oh my god.
You give that
That
to the
was
lawn, the guy who mows your lawn. You know. That's a joke. That's a joke.
Tudor. Tudor tried to tie in with Ducati motorcycles.
You mean Ducati?
Yep, Ducati. That's right, man.
Those think like a stone. Ferrari with the Gerard Perregaux, Pam with Ferrari. Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Arch, have you checked out the new lineup in Breitling lately? I went to a shop the other day, and they have some pretty nice stuff coming out.
I actually am a
Nobody
big
wants
fan of
Breitling.
Breitling releases.
Nobody
I really
wants
am.
Breitling. Rolex. I would rather sit in your Mercedes-Benz.
Don't have a
and
Mercedes.
Go through an automatic car wash 50 times to buy a Breitling. You know that?
Dude, imagine Archie's face. If I was sitting in an electric car wash with him. He would just be like freaking out. He's so funny.
I think he's talking about me because I bring my car to the automatic car wash.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
No, but they have the B01 movement is actually not bad, to be fair, Ponif.
Besides Rolex, they're the only thing that has a little excitement, I think. I mean, the Premier is nice,
like
the
Super
Chronomat.
Ocean. I quite like Super Ocean. I like, because in many ways, I think the Super Ocean looks like a vintage submariner with no crown guards. You know, like the original subs were like a 5508. You know, the original James Bond, no crown guard subby. And I love the shark mesh, right? The problem is, you can't buy that shite at retail. You cannot buy that at retail.
I think they give you automatic discount when you walk in. I don't even think they're trying to get retail.
Yeah.
It's just, I gotta be honest with you, man. I love, you know, Breitling is not a band I hate. I actually kind of like Breitling. I love the Navitimers. I actually like their retro. You know, what's the Transocean? I kind of like the Transocean.
In many ways, I like Breitling more than Omega at the moment. So,
How many years do you think Breitling has left in the tank before they, I don't know.
The Chronomat
have to really
42
do
is nice.
something.
The
I feel like the
Premier,
Navi timer is always going to carry them.
Yankee Doodle, $2. I find the quality of Breitling has deteriorated. I got to tell you, I had a few Super Oceans. The bezel clicking was never really that smooth. I never found it that good. And the clasps were a bit funny at times. It was a bit hit and miss. I got to tell you, it's owned by a bunch of investment bankers. What they did right was they introduced retro style. I kind of think retro style, that's pretty clever how they did that. But there's nothing really what
about the Navi timers?
I got to be honest with you. I think they're expensive. They're not cheap.
Get a 24-hour cosmonaut.
Who can read that? Most people can't. The cosmonaut's always been soft because of that reason. Look, I got to tell you honestly, seriously, man. I think honestly, you want to buy a watch, you want to buy a Rolex. You want a Rolex.
Yeah, but you can't get one. That's the thing. It goes back to the conversation from yesterday. Like, what do you buy when you can't get a Rolex?
Very, very hard choice.
What do you get?
JLC? Perhaps JLC for the same amount of money, maybe a little bit more.
Yeah, the Electrica is a good option too if you want similar finishing but German style.
Would you buy a Planet Ocean? Would you buy a Planet Ocean at Omega?
Maybe.
I love a Planet Ocean, but it doesn't fit on my wrist.
I mean, if you can't get Steel Sports Rolex,
get
a Pan, maybe a Navi timer. That wouldn't be bad either.
But you want a discount on the PAM, don't you? And you know what? You know that blue PAM, Marco? It's only 100 meters water resistant. I mean, what the hell why isn't it 200?
Yeah, that's a good question. And they came out with that 30-meter water resistant PAM. It was garbage.
Super chat.
Yankee Doodle, $5. I saw a Navi time in the wild today. It looked like a clock. Ridiculous. Possibly. Yep, I agree. Remember when was Breitling cool? That was the early 2000s. See, you guys weren't even around then, were you? It's only me.
2001. I was around. I had one. I still have one.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
boy.
right, man. That's exactly
Is it like a
it.
blinged out monstrosity, JJ, or?
Oh yeah, Archie's tortured me over that one.
Oh my god. Okay, I think I know what you.
Nato, $8. Do you think the lion tamer had to buy that ghastly chronomat and rainbow thing to get the gold sun?
Gold sub, I guess.
Gold sun. I don't know. Who cares?
Dunno.
You know, the
What's the
lion
gold sun?
tamer. I got to be honest with you. You know, the bearded lady is alive and kicking. Well, just go away, man. I don't want to hear from you. You know, I'm sick of you. You were a negative, nasty influence. You were toxic, and I'm glad you're out of my life. That's all I can say.
Hey,
The
Archie.
only one I want back is Bozo, the unemployed clown. I want him back.
Super chat.
Here we go. Stop, watch, and roll. $3. Breitling Super Ocean Heritage 42 is superior. The only problem with the Heritage is I don't know why they put a ceramic bezel on. You know, it's supposed to be a retro watch. What the hell are they doing putting ceramic on it? I just, they're too, I don't know what to say. They're just ridiculous.
You had a bunch of. Didn't you go through like a few of them? Like I feel like you had the white dial one. Wasn't there a green one at one point?
Yeah, I had a few, but I got to be honest with you guys. I'm really sick of Breitling itself there. Really sick of it. Nothing inspiring. What do I want to buy? You know what? I would love to get Rolex. That's what I want. I would like to have a Rolex. How many Rolexes is enough, Jeff? How
2.
many is enough?
5.
Oh, you've got to have 2 at least.
Thank you. 2.
At least.
Yankee Doodle, $2. Bozo was always a gentleman but boring. Okay, good point. Good point. Jeff is our new Bozo, except he's got a job, haven't you, Jeff?
yeah, I have.
Jeff, I gotta tell
Archie.
you, man. Yes.
Do you think bimetals would be, I don't know, a little bit more popular, a little bit more harder to get now that steel is kind of impossible to get?
Two-tone has always been soft.
Yeah.
I don't mind two-tone. I don't mind two-tone, but I gotta be honest with you. You need some steel. You can't have all two-tone.
Right.
You've got to have a bit of steel there. Jeff, you're the two-tone expert here. What do you think?
Mhm.
How many steel to one two-tone do you need?
Well, it's good to have a 2-tone to mix it up if you can, afford it.
And you've got yellow and rose,
And
don't you?
yeah, but one of each. That's right.
So,
yeah.
I
But you
love
gotta
it.
Would you buy
back
When the
another
rose
two-tone?
and yellow goes out. That's just me personally, but I feel like a lot of people just don't go for yellow gold anymore. That's just me.
if they offered you a two-tone Daytona, Jeff, would you go for it or not?
No, probably not. Probably not.
Get the panda. Wait for the panda, Jeff.
Yeah, the panda's the one I'd really
What
like.
do you think?
A black dial Daytona, Jeff.
Is that coming, or what
No.
happens there? Do
Yeah, well,
you
next
stay
year's
in touch
coming,
with the
yeah.
AD? Do you stay in touch with the
no,
AD?
now and then.
Like, what do you say?
Oh, just keeping in touch and just seeing what's going on.
If I was gonna
No.
get two-tone, I think I would go with the Bluesy and the Root Beer GMT.
Honestly,
Root beer's a nice
Root
one.
beer
I like the
GMT.
Jeff's
I love it.
two-tone
I
stubby.
love it.
I think the two-tone Datejust are beautiful, to be honest
The
with you.
two-tone subby, Jeff's black two-tone sub is beautiful.
That's a nice watch.
That's my
The
favorite.
Wimbledon
two-tone.
is amazing. The Wimbledon is amazing. My 80 had 4 of them. They couldn't move. My
Yeah.
80 had 4 Wimbledons and they couldn't move.
Two-tones?
Two-tones. They've been
Here
sitting
we
on
go.
them for over a year.
Of course.
Here we go. We've got a super chat from Stop, Watch, and Roll. $5. AC3, are you doing a Christmas special? I was excited for paddock unboxings. Rolex is so boring, just saying. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We'll wait and see. You know, I gotta tell you guys, I really want to get this sub and just be content and happy in my life. You know that?
For Christmas, you could dress up as Submariner Claus.
Submariner, a scuba suit, a dive suit. What do you think
Are you
of
going to
that?
do any special videos for it?
I don't know. I don't know.
Christmas
You
special.
got it, dude. You gotta do
Here
a
we
Christmas.
Go. Yankee Doodle, $2. I'm considering a 5127. Just deciding J or R. That's yellow gold or rose gold. I think it looks better. I don't think it actually. Complete honesty with you, I don't particularly like it in yellow. I think white or rose is the two.
I love rose
Just
gold, but
saying.
I'm biased.
You like what?
I like the rose gold, but I'm really biased because I got a rose gold Yachtmaster.
I think that the 5127 you either go white or rose. That's my opinion. So in your question there, I'd say rose for you, Yankee. But I gotta tell you seriously, guys. I think in watches itself there, I'm a bit tapped out. I'm just feeling tapped out. I want to get the sub, and I'm just going to stop for a bit, Jeff.
Yep, take a breather.
What do you
Yep.
think? Have you taken many breathers? You must have.
Oh, you do. Yeah. It's good to take a year before you get the next one. Doesn't matter. Then you appreciate it more, I think.
Yeah. What made you decide to get multiple Rolexes? How did that happen?
Availability was one thing, and just to mix it up a bit.
Did you have to consult with her indoors about the decision, or that was?
No, not really, but no, everyone's supportive.
You got a HELOC, haven't you?
Yeah.
Does she mind you putting it on the HELOC, or how does that go?
Yeah, just temporarily until you can, if you haven't got the ready cash, it's a way to get it cheap.
Yeah, but does she allowed to buy things like that?
Yeah, of course.
Of course. Ooh,
He wears the pants, Arch. Come on.
Yeah.
No, it's a team effort.
You can't tell the wife. Make a secret account, Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff's got Cayman accounts.
Problem is,
Steve, $10. Here we go. Merry Christmas, Arch. I have 9 Rolex. And I want something very different and wild. How about a Hublot Spirit of Big Bang Mecca 10 titanium? It's pretty cool. I got to tell you the truth. I've never really understood the Hublot thing there.
No.
I really, it just doesn't mean anything. Some people get it. Hublot is really a rip-off of AP. And then the APs aren't that special. That's kind of... I never understood this stuff. Really, Hublot's never done anything for me. Less than nothing.
I think
hate
Hublot's
titanium.
fun, but I don't have the wrist for it.
No way.
Yeah.
Don't get
I would never buy a Hublot.
Yeah, I agree.
me too. Yep.
That's for young posers on Instagram who want to, Rolex.
I
You
would
know
rather
about
go
it.
through
Young
a
posers
car
on
wash, an
Instagram who want to
automatic
show they
car
have a
wash,
Rolex.
then
But
get a
they're cool.
Hublot.
Yeah, if you use an automatic car wash.
Park your car in the driveway. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are
Honest,
so
let me ask. What do you think about Glashütte Original, the German JLC?
Look, it's the... I gotta be honest with you. I've always... It's got some good styling cues. They're interesting. But no. Why do you want to go down that track?
The fake
No.
Lange.
Why? Because they're affordable. That's
It's got a hood, man.
It's got a look. I just think really, there's so much better you can. Why don't you go with JLC? That's not a bad choice. Why do you have to go? You find Glashütte is kind of people who are Tudor people, and they go for weird choices. I wouldn't go there. Just stay out of it. It's like Nomos, isn't it? Nomos. That's another brand. Nomos. Would you go Nomos?
No way.
No.
No.
Jeff,
No.
you
No.
just went Rolex. No other Omega, nothing else.
No. I've had the Longines and the tags and stuff like that before, but at the moment I'm a bit of a one brand man. Sticking with Rolex because you won't go wrong.
Have you had people in your professional life comment on your watches at all?
A few, but not many.
Like what have they said? Geez, how many have you got?
No, just that's a nice watch or something, and maybe they notice and they don't say anything. But normally, if you wear a long shirt, I don't normally stick it out of underneath the cuff. It's normally under the cuff. So
Yeah, I suppose you just say, "Oh, I got them in Bali." Yeah, I got a few in Bali.
yeah, that's right.
That's fair enough, isn't it?
Yeah. A lot of business people, Arch. They, they respect good things. Whether you got a good pen or a good watch, whatever. They respect the fact that you've got them, and people, work hard for these things. Like, everything costs a lot of money.
But you got to admit, though, like, upper management hates when the young guys have Rolex on. They definitely look at them weird.
Yeah,
Probably,
it's Palm
yeah.
Rolex, 100%.
Yeah.
That's why you should be self-employed. You shouldn't be a slave to the boss man.
Nah,
A
I like my
salary
steady paychecks.
is what they give you to keep you in check.
Yeah, but Pon, if it's kind of...
Say,
it's
Archie,
kind of
what do you think about the 40 mil Supermax Submariner? It's at, on average, about 12 grand, give or take, before you tax it. Do you think that's a bargain, considering that the new Submariner is about 15 grand on average, aftermarket?
What?
Oh, I don't think it really matters. Any sub is okay. I don't think it's a big difference, do you?
I think personally, when you look at it, 9 grand for a new Submariner, I mean, before you taxes, you walk out the
Yeah, but
door
Jeff,
about roughly 10 and a half.
Joe, man, you can't get them at retail. Where can you get them at retail?
I mean, I completely understand that, but I'm just saying, like, in a theoretical world, if you were to pay 10 grand for a Submariner out the door, what's 2 grand more, essentially?
Man, I think Rolex prices, it's irrelevant I think it's irrelevant what they retail for, because you can't get them. You can't get them, man. You can't get them. Let's have a look at this. This is David S.W. Look at this here. He's got a sale on, by the way. He's got a Christmas sale up until the 24th. But let's have a look at this, okay? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. New arrivals. What's he got here? What's he got? Interesting stuff.
Really?
Oh, he's got a Patek there. He's got a nice. Look at that. That's not bad value. I like. Oh, look at this. 5 grand. Look at this. IWC Portuguese. For under 5 grand. Isn't that good buying?
That Oyster Perpetual, I love it, but it's overpriced in my opinion.
Pon, show us some Explorer ones. Let's see if you have any Explorer ones.
The what?
Explorer 1.
What
That
was the
Oyster
other dude saying?
Perpetual
What's
and
overpriced?
teal.
Well, that's
VIP.
what they go for, man. That's what they go for. Let's look at these Rolexes you're talking about, right? Let's have a look at the subs. Here we go. Here's the subs.
Rolex.
Right, here's the subs.
No way. 15 grand for the fucking no date?
No. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. That's a date. That's a date.
The no date to the left.
Rolex, cash out on your no date and get yourself something else.
Dude, I'm thinking about it now. Shit.
Get yourself an Explorer 1 or something.
Why would I do that? Go from a Submariner to an Explorer? I
Yeah,
don't know
but
about that.
you have the profits in your
He
pocket.
has got no. Here we go. Look at this. For a 41 mil, just under. So that must be an unworn one. Look at this. Seriously, here's a 15,000 for a 41 mil. Look at that. So you're hyper. You can't even get these from the ADs. Do you understand that? They're not available. 15,000. And the standard one is 13, so it's 2k difference. I don't think that really matters to someone who's buying the sub, do you?
Wow.
Fair enough, Archie. Fair enough.
I like the new one better.
The new Submariners?
Yeah, I like the thinner lugs. I like the thicker bracelet. I think they really perfected the proportions.
And this is
It's very
the
slight.
Kermit.
Very
The
slight.
Kermit is beautiful. I've seen one of these in real life. They're gorgeous.
I would agree because it's more smaller wrist friendly in my opinion.
Which one? The new ones?
The new ones, in my opinion. They just
Have
seem
you-
like it fits proportionally, in my opinion.
Oh, have you handled them?
I've handled one. It was display only, and it just seemed to fit. Because I have quote unquote lady boy wrist, and that's why I went with the 40 mil Yacht Master and the Explorer. I don't know. It's something about the 41 mil and the way they slim down the lugs. It just seems to favor the smaller wrist more better than the Supermax case.
Super Jet.
Super chat, thank you so much there. We do appreciate. Steve, $5. Archie, no one likes Hublot, I can tell. What open work skeleton watch would you recommend? Let's say under 30.
Zenith.
There's not many. There's maybe Bulgari, but you don't like Bulgari Ponif. The
So you know
opposite.
what's a real bargain if you really want to open works is those Chrono Swiss. They're very soft.
Yeah,
Remember
true.
Chrono Swiss? Remember that? They're
The Zenith
very
Defy
soft.
is nice.
I'm not a big fan of the Zenith, you know. I gotta be honest with you. I don't know. Why do you want these things weird, Steve? I don't understand, man. I don't understand. I just don't get it.
Stick
I
to
don't get
Rolex,
it.
Steve.
I don't understand. Why? And I gotta tell you guys, seriously, the Rolex situation is not getting better. I think I'll be a lot better once I get my Submariner on my wrist. I'm really looking forward to that. So it's like, I gotta be honest with you, man. Rolex is where nothing else. What do you really want? You go into a watch shop. What would you buy today? If you went down Collins Street, Jeff, and they had a Steel Sports Rolex, would you buy it if you could get it? Explorer 1, would you pull the trigger?
I reckon I probably would. I wouldn't mind the new 41 sub, but with the green bezel, the Kermit.
So if they had a black one, you'd say no, thank you.
Well, I got a black no date as it
You'd
is.
say
I
no,
probably
thank
wouldn't.
you. Is that right?
Probably, yeah. Probably. I don't.
Because you could sell it for a profit, or you don't flip.
Yeah, don't flip. No, I don't want to be seen to be flipping too, because when I got this one from the AD, there was one very similar that was being flogged on the internet, and the dealer rang me and thought, "Gee, is that yours?" You know, they were querying me. I said, "No, I still got it." So they're really checking up to see what's going around. We wouldn't want to burn a bridge.
When was this?
Oh, about a year. When I got this in January or this year, and so it was around early this year.
Oh, they actually rang you?
Yes.
And what did they say to you?
Oh, is that your watch being advertised? I said, no, of course. I've never flipped a watch at all.
Did you go in shortly and show them you still got it?
Oh, they knew I had it because I went into the boutique, just happened to go in not long after, and they saw it on my wrist. So, yeah.
But you should have made a special effort about it.
Maybe, but look, you know, I just wouldn't flip anything at the moment, particularly if you can get a Rolex. You just hang on to it.
Yeah, look at those subs, how they're selling right now.
Correct, exactly.
$2. So I think I'm very lucky to get my sub, to be honest with you. I'm extremely...
You are.
Because I had a lot of people who were going to help me get it. They've all... Only one person, MJT, came through.
That's
Everybody
crazy.
else couldn't
gotta
get
keep-
anything.
You got to keep anything you can get with a rotating bezel, I think.
Yeah.
Even
I
an
agree.
Explorer 1 you can't get.
I was lucky with mine. I got mine in the beginning of this year. They had it sitting in the display case, and I got lucky with just being able to purchase it right out of the display case. I don't realize how
Bad
lucky I
line,
got.
Joe. We can't hear you too well, Joe.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happened there, Joe.
All right, guys, I got to take off. I got to
See you, Alex. See you, mate.
Rolex.
Fair enough. I gotta take off as
See you
well,
later.
guys. It's been a
Alright, I'll see you
pleasure.
Hey,
later.
Joe, great having you on, man. Great chat and watches, man. See you later.
See you later,
Hey,
Archie.
Jeff. See you, man.
See you,
Jeff,
Joe.
Jeff. I got to tell you, seriously, I think you'd have to... See, that's exactly right. I've just made a video coming out next week saying that Rolex is checking Rolex ADs are checking social media.
Oh, that's true. Yep.
And they will blacklist you.
Yep. If you're on the list and then they see a watch that you've flipped, you won't get another watch. They'll go to the next person.
No, that's exactly it.
Mm.
You should make an effort, take your whole collection and get a little box and say, hey, I just want to show you I'm not a flipper.
yeah,
Why don't
maybe.
you play it up, Jeff? Jeff, turn this
Jeff,
into
take
a
a
joke.
picture of your Rolex collection to
No,
an
just
AD.
go. Don't take a picture. Just go into Collins
Take the whole
Street.
lot in. Yeah.
Yeah.
you
I
reckon-
showed a dealer a picture of mine, and a week later, I got a call for a watch.
There you go.
Yeah, picture is probably good enough, Panerai. No need to risk a kind of your security, Jeff.
Yeah, well, that's probably a thought, isn't it? Do you think, though, that at some point the dealers will say, oh, well, he's got enough. He doesn't need a new one. We'll go and try and build another relationship with someone else.
They're always looking for the next sale, Jeff. So they get these posers who want to buy Steel Sports hot model Rolex all the time, right? So if they see you're a genuine client, of course they want to sell to you in the hopes that you'll buy more in the future.
I think, Jeff, that's a very good question. I think realistically, they want relationship with somebody who isn't going to flip.
Yeah, well, that's true. They've proven that.
So I would say to you, the best thing you could do, Jeff, take your whole collection and say, hey, I just wanted to show you my collection.
Yeah.
And if you have a lot of the hot models already, you're not going to rebuy them. So they're hoping that they can sell you some, maybe a little
that's okay,
not so
he's
hot.
asking for a Panda. That's what I'd do, Jeff. Go and string it out and say, look, I would say to him, look, I don't know how old you are, Jeff, but just say it's a big birthday coming up. Anniversary, just bullshit.
Yeah, nothing wrong with lying a little, twisting the truth to get what you want.
Yeah, well, that's right. I've got a box that I've got that holds 6 watches, and I've got 5, so I've got a missing one, so I need to fill it. Yeah.
Do that, Jeff.
Jeff, don't forget, you need one extra one to go on the wrist, right? So you got 2 spots.
That's right.
Yes, exactly right.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, man, seriously, I think I don't think they'll ever say you got enough. There's always so many in the lineup.
Yeah.
They want to have repeat business from loyal customers. That's what they want. And I think, Jeff, in your case, man, Rolex makes you happy. You love it. You love talk. I think the other thing too with the watches is it's also do you have many friends who are actually watch people themselves or
no. Most aren't. There's a few business colleagues and that we sort of have been, but not so much friends of mine. No. Some people just think you're crazy,
Oh, they will. You spent this much on. They don't understand the market. They don't understand. Whereas they'll easily go and lease a new BMW and think nothing of it.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
I have quite a few friends that have expensive watches, but they have like 1 or 2.
Yeah.
When you have like 4, they what's wrong with you?
I think you're nuts. Yeah.
But do you tell them you got 4?
Well, they know. I mean, I have 7
Usually,
now.
The conversation doesn't go that way, does it? You don't mention it, do you?
No, they just pick up that you've got a different watch on your wrist every week, and you're rotating a few.
Do they really pick that up? They pick it up?
I think some people do. I'm sure people observe these things, but maybe don't comment.
To do with their time than to do
Probably.
They notice. My friends tell me, "Oh my God, you got another one?"
What business is it of theirs? They should be telling you to put that car in the garage if they were true fans. Wouldn't they?
If there's nothing wrong with keeping your car in the driveway.
I disagree.
You live in Australia. Your climate is so great compared to us. So I don't even see why you would ever put it in the garage.
Because it gets bloody hot and the plastic cracks and it doesn't last terribly long. That's why. I'm in a tropics. It's 40 degrees in summer outside. You're going to leave it out. It's just.
I only needed to last 36 months. That's all I needed to last.
Churn and burn, JJ. Churn and burn.
Pump and dump.
That's it.
The most expensive way to buy an automobile is to lease it, You got to do what makes you happy. Admittedly, I'd lease one if I was in America. They're so cheap over there. It's incredible.
You pay for the convenience. That's what it is.
Yankee Doodle, I drive an AMG A45. Just a comment.
Yeah. Yankee's a cool guy. I got to tell you seriously. Would you? Any other hobbies, Jeff? What other hobbies do you have?
Oh, I mean, work keeps me busy. But yeah, I'm into cars, although I don't own many. I've only got one.
No.
But
That's
I've
still
got
an enthusiast car. An AMG A-Class is...
yeah.
That's a pretty enthusiast.
And I've collected. Oh no, I'm not one brand pen collector over the years. I haven't bought pens for ages, so
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
Wait,
got
what do you collect, Jeff? Mont
just
Blanc?
Mont Blancs. Yeah,
How many did you have?
I think I've got 11.
Oh, okay.
Now that's probably a definition of a hoarder.
No, I quite like good pens too. I had a few good. I got to tell you, I ended up having a whole lot of little collections. I had some really. I sold a lot off. I just thought, shit, this is stupid. Just keep a couple that I like. Focus on the watches.
I like cufflinks as well from Mont Blanc. I have a small collection.
Cufflinks, yeah, they're nice.
Mont Blanc disappoint me with their watches. Absolute garbage.
Oh, I wouldn't touch them.
Garbage.
Super Jack.
And here we go, Joe Kramer, $5. Thanks for having me on, guide. No, he's okay. Sorry, the audio was poor. That's okay.
All good, Joe.
Joe's a nice guy.
It's all good. And plastic, is that really plastic?
Hey guys.
Hey, what's going on?
Plastic.
Mate,
Where are you, plastic?
Water park fun for the family, man.
Oh, it's so hot. I can't think of anything worse.
There's one over at Chermside, Parniff.
Yeah, I can't be bothered. I stay in the aircon, man.
Mate, great for the kids. Kids love it, mate. Got to get the family out, Parniff.
My kids are 14 and 15 now. They don't want to go anywhere, man.
It's got slides, man. Water slide.
I know. No, he'd never. I know. Guys, we're going to wrap this show up today.
Wrap it in rubber,
Thank you so much for coming. Oh, we can stay a bit longer. Let me take a toilet break. You guys can keep chatting. I'll come back in a minute. I'll be back in a minute. Scott, all brand, $10. I have 3 Rolex and a PAM. I love Rolex, but sometimes I like wearing my PAM. It's like taking out a wild girlfriend. I'd agree. I must admit.
Got to get a PAM, Thomas.
I'll be back in 1 minute.
Righto.
Jeff, what do you think about PAM?
It's interesting. I don't mind them. You'd have to buy it at the right price.
Okay, I paid mine, Jeff. Full box paper, even the plastic around the bezel, $3,000 US. What do you think?
Yeah, well, that's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, I got it in April. The PAM market pretty much was hollowed. It was, I mean, even now there's great bang for buck value on PAM.
That was brand new?
Well, no, it's a used watch, but I mean, the condition was basically new, and it's running at about minus 10 seconds a day, which, it's not Rolex, but it's decent for a 12-year-old watch,
Now we know what
I'll tell you
plastic
what's
will play.
extremely soft at the moment is the Breitlings. The Breitlings are so soft in the secondary market.
Yeah,
There's some real
Breitling,
bargains if you're into Breitlings.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I like the Breitling Premier's B01 with the Panda version.
Yeah, I like that
I
one
hate
too.
the new logo on the dial. You know how they used to have the wings on the dial, and now they just got the B.
Yeah, I like the B better, honestly, plastic.
Do you like the new dial, do you? The new logo?
Yeah, I prefer it.
Yeah, I like the wings. I like the wings better.
More traditional, the wings, I think.
Yeah, JJ, would you get
hey
that
guys, that's my
B01?
contribution to the show. I'm going to get back to the family. Have a great day, fellas. See you later.
See you, plastic. See you, Andrew. See you, mate.
I think the B is supposed to be more retro. They're trying to bring it back to with the heritage line.
Yeah, I like that retro chronograph.
I like that one too, that Premiere, and I also like the Chronomat 42. It has the B01 movement also. I like the new bracelet style. It's more, a lot more current than their older one.
What do you reckon? You think I should get my PAM service? That's what they're saying in the chat.
I don't know.
Minus 10 plus 10 is not bad. It can still wait.
How old is it?
It's 12 years old.
Really?
Yeah, from 2000.
All right?
Yeah, it's minus 10 seconds a day. I think that's pretty decent.
Well, probably technically it needs a service, but if it's still going okay.
No, I'm probably going to get one in the new year, Jeff.
How much do they charge you for?
Not much. It's an ETA movement. I'll take it to a local watchmaker, maybe 350 Canadian, something like that.
Yeah.
You're gonna keep it forever. You might as well.
Yeah, 100%. I don't want it to get like beyond repair, and then it's going to cost me an arm and a leg. You know.
I had a Breitling that ran about 18 years before it finally stopped working. I still haven't serviced it.
Oh, okay.
I mean, the watch is worth probably $2,000. You know, is it worth even servicing at this point? It'd be better off selling it, you know, as is on like eBay or something.
JJ, let me ask you: is your Breitling the one with that diamond bezel that you had reviewed by the Pontiff?
Yes.
Oh my God! And he ripped you on that one.
That thing is like 20 years old. It was the first watch I ever bought. I was 20 years old, and you know that was what was cool then. You know, everybody had a diamond bezel on their watch. You know, I didn't really know anything about watch collecting or anything like that. I just wanted to buy like a nice watch. You know.
Yeah.
When you're young, you don't. You know, you're a little more. You're not as reserved as when. You know what I mean? You're a little
Of course.
more.
When you're 20 years old, your tastes change. When you're 40, you know.
Yeah, I wouldn't be caught dead where.
Yeah, of course not. Yeah. But Breitling is, I reckon, it's amazing bang for buck value. I mean, pretty much everything non-Rolex, apart from the Speedy, and apart from, I guess, the Steel Sports from AP and Patek, and maybe Richard Mille and Journe. Everything else is pretty much in the tank. What do you guys reckon?
I think. Jeff, what would you buy if you were going to buy a Rolex? What else would you buy?
One watch per brand. He's the antithesis of one brand per watch, right?
Yeah. Oh, I'd look at an Omega Speedmaster, perhaps, but yeah, I don't know whether I'd do anything else. Maybe Breitling. Yeah, as I say, I quite like them. Whether they're the quality they used to be, I don't know. So.
Yeah. I think if you start a collection, you kind of have to have a Speedmaster, and you kind of have to have a Reverso in there, and then you know move up to a Patek Philippe when you can.
But I got to tell you the truth there. Look, just be careful there with Jeff, because he licks the AD's ass, and he ain't gonna get a good deal on JJ LeCoultre, is he? They're gonna just pump and dump him. Stick to
Super
Rolex,
chat.
Jeff.
Super chat.
Stick to Rolex. Steve, $10. What next? I have a 126610 LV, gold Daytona green, 116519 LN, silver dial. He's got a 116518 LN Newman dial, 228238 Day champagne baguette, Sky Dweller white, bluesy two-tone root beer, and a James Cameron. So he's got a Kermit, the new Kermit, gold Daytona with green dial. He's got a
white gold with the silver on the rubber.
White gold with the silver on. He's got the Paul Newman. He's got the Day, Sky Dweller. What next?
Jeez. Pepsi.
I got to be honest with you, Steve. Maybe something's missing in your life. Seriously?
Tell him how you really feel upon it.
Maybe you need to sort of say, hey, I think, Steve, I'm not trying to be nasty, man. I love you, okay? Maybe you should say, what do I need to get rid of? Let's be honest, you got a lot of, that's a beautiful collection. Those are super grail. What's the problem, Jeff? Jeff, tell me this. What's the problem here? I really think this guy here, he's got so much. Instead of saying what next, Jeff, what less? What less? Maybe, you know, Steve, I'll give you some pointers. Instead of working 6.5 days a week, why don't you just work 5?
Is that 9 watches? 9? If we add them up, gee.
But I gotta say, these aren't just normal watches, man. These are super grails. So, Steve, I would say to you, man, I would perhaps help out at a soup kitchen just to ground you a bit. Sometimes in life, I gotta be honest with you. I got a good friend of mine who had 30 watches, okay? And always the next deal, what next? And I said, man, stop, you don't need anything. You've got things that are absolutely amazing. Absolutely incredible. Look. A Kermit, that's a Grail. The green dial Daytona, super. I could never afford that. He's got the white gold, the 519, that's the white gold. Amazing. He's got a Paul Newman. He's got a solid gold, yellow gold day date with baguettes. My God, I can't even afford that option, yet alone the watch. Sky Dweller, white dial, so that means he didn't tell me whether it's a gold, probably a gold one, who knows.
It might be steel.
A bluesy, a two-tone root beer. Man, you know what, Steve? You got everything.
If I've got a recommendation for him. Start off, get a paid review, $50 US to ArchieLuxury, and he'll give you a more in-depth opinion. Then you go paypal.me/ArchieLuxury, give him an even more in-depth review after you do that. Okay, Steve? That's what you do.
Exactly. Steve, I gotta say, seriously, Jeff, you look at this collection here, right? He doesn't need anything, does he?
Correct. No.
He's
only asking because he probably can, but he doesn't need it. That's right.
He doesn't need nothing. Look at this. He's got a diver, multiple. Okay, there's divers, there's chronographs, there's GMT, there's a dress. Man, you got all your bases covered, Steve. I hope it makes you happy. The problem is these material goods. They don't. Yes, it is steel. It is steel. Okay.
Yeah.
Steve, these material goods don't necessarily make us happy. Okay? You can have all of this. You can have a Ferrari, a Lamborghini. But Steve, you've got to try and find happiness comes within. It can't be bought at the Rolex AD.
Gents, I'm going to have to make tracks. Guys.
Jeff, I love you. You hang in there, man.
Same to you, mate. We'll talk soon.
Take care, Jeff.
Yeah.
See you guys. Good to be with you.
Rolex.
See you guys.
Hey, bye.
He should get a white gold GMT with a meteorite dial.
No, man. He doesn't need more. He's looking for something that you cannot buy at the Rolex AD. Steve, you got more than enough, man. I think what you need to do is you got to look at your life and say, why aren't I happy? I think sometimes, what do you think, JJ? Do you think he's got enough or not? Seriously.
Oh, he's got plenty. I mean, but everyone's always looking for the next one, you know. It's just how it is. It's a disease.
Yeah, but you don't have to. You can enjoy. He's got such beautiful stuff. Steve, you got... I'd honestly think about other things, man. You've reached that's an amazing collection. There's nothing more you could possibly want. There's nothing more.
He needs to run his car through an automatic car wash.
That's
ground him a little bit, you know.
Man, seriously, Marco, when you look at a collection like that, what do you think, Marco?
Paul, if these are super grails, like this guy is.
I mean, between you and me, Marco, I don't want to be nasty to you because I love you, Marco, but let's face it, me and you, we would never own a collection like this, would we?
No, this is a unicorn collection, Paul. If this is like...
I mean, we're talking about, I'm hoping to get an Explorer 1 or Explorer 2 down the track after the sub. This guy's collection...
Yeah, he's definitely not a working class man, I would say that, Paul. He's definitely not...
I mean, I don't think he needs... I honestly... The fact that he's asking what next, he should just enjoy what he's got, man.
But Panak, you gotta understand, it's always about what's next, right? You don't become successful like that thinking, I'm just gonna like rest on my laurels. You're always thinking, you're always trying to get ahead, or you're always, what's next in life? So you take that to all aspects of your life, watch collecting, car collecting, house, you know, it's always what's next.
I'd be happy with his collection. I'd retire. I wouldn't need another watch.
Yeah, I mean, listen, JJ, I don't disagree with you. I just think that where he's at in his life, right, he's just thinking, you know, I think, listen, get yourself maybe something hot horology, because you got a Rolex heavy collection, maybe a Lange, maybe a Patek, a complicated Patek. And then
That's
I think just enjoy it. That's it.
Yeah.
That's
See,
it.
nobody enjoys this stuff. You've got to enjoy it. You know what I mean? Like I've met really, really rich people with big collections. I'm talking 30 watches, right? You know what? I don't think they really enjoy it. It's kind of the kudos they get. I mean, okay, what could you do? You could get a platinum Daytona with baguette diamonds.
Yeah.
Is that gonna make you happy?
Material
I don't know.
possessions don't make them happy, Ponif, because buying something that's expensive, they can do that any day of the week, you know?
Well, maybe
You know-
a bit longer with Rolex.
Okay, well, yeah, I know, but
You're
you,
gonna buy other
you
garbage.
catch my drift,
You've
Ponif.
got to buy the other garbage. The
Yeah.
garbage. But, man, seriously, Steve, I just think, man, you got more than 99% of the world. 99.9%? What do you reckon, Steve?
Oh, yeah.
What do you reckon, Marco? 99.9%?
Yeah, he's in the 0.01%, Ponif. I mean, his collected, that's a watch portfolio. That's not even a, we call it a portfolio. A collection, as Mr. Kevin O'Leary calls it.
Here we go. Achievers, £10. Planning to sell my Golden President and Grand Seiko Snowflake and buy a 5227G, white gold, black dial Calatrava and a 5396 in white gold annual calendar in white dial and not wear any other watches ever. Thoughts? This is actually a very interesting decision he's taken. So the 5227 is the hinged back Calatrava, absolutely beautiful.
39 mil, right?
39 mil, and the 5396, that's an annual calendar with little eyes. It's amazing.
Also 39 mil.
Probably besides the 5205, probably my favorite annual calendar, if truth be told.
That's also 39 mil.
The only thing I could say to you is, I don't know, once you've got them, whether you actually just want to wear them. Because I've done the same. I got some Pateks, right? Not the same. Those, actually my 6006 is probably as good as a 5227, and my, you know, the 5396, that is a real cool watch. But I got to tell you,
He deserves our
seriously,
respect if he does that.
I think
Ponif.
you still need a steel. I made this decision myself. You still need a steel sports Rolex. Just, you've still got to have a steel, because you wake up in the day and you say, you know what, I don't want to wear I don't want to damage. You just want to admire. You take it for special occasions. So I would say still get one steel sub. Get one steel sports. Get one steel sports. Mr. Grand, $5.99, £2. How many watches did the billionaire have? He had about 8 or 10. He never really went. I found that quite interesting that he had a Richard Mille, yes he did, which you'd think is, you know, that is an amazing piece, but he kind of here we go. Richie April, $2. Richie April, that's one of the, I'm a Sopranos fan. Richie April was knocked off, remember? Because he killed that girl from the Bing Bang, the Bigger Bang. Bagger?
No, that was Ralphie. Richie was the one that married Janice, Tony's sister.
Then Janice killed him.
Yes. That was Jackie's brother.
Yeah, there we go. Where did Rolex punter go? He had to go. He was busy. He's got a cappuccino appointment. He's got to take the Porsche out, you know.
Get it detailed.
Here we go. Yankee Doodle. 5127 or 5227, not taking dollars into consideration. I got to tell you, seriously, they've actually got 2 for sale at Vintage Watch Co. in Sydney. My one at 24,000 and the 5227 at 34. 10,000 Aussie, 7,000 US difference. Look, they're slightly different watches. I would say, to be completely honest with you, no bullshit, I think the 5227 is a little bit better. Is it worth $7,000 better? That's what you got to work out. I love the 5127 has the crown guards. The 5227 lost them. I still love the hinge back. The hinge back is cool. So seriously, I'd probably say 5227. But if you take dollars into account, I reckon the 5127 is a bit of a bargain. So there you go, Yankee. I want to say, JJ.
Yep.
That collection there, that's an amazing collection. I'll probably never own it. I don't know whether you will either.
No, no shot. That's a very expensive watches in there.
I think realistically it's amazing to have that, but instead of looking at what you should buy, I'd look at, man, there is no better. That's like having Ferrari, a Lamborghini, an M5 in the garage, a Mercedes 8. It don't get better.
But
Now,
Paul,
do
the hunt,
think
I
when a
think it's
person-
the thrill of the hunt that he enjoys more so than the watches.
But let me ask you, when a guy like that collects that type of collection, does
Yeah.
he see a hot model come out and say, oh, I got to add that, that's a hot model? Or does he think of a situation where he needs a certain, or he wants to wear a certain type of watch, and then he happens to find that model?
I got to tell you, I've known a few people who have that type of, amazing stuff, right? And they often don't buy new, okay? They often always value shoppers, okay? But they will crawl through sewage to get the next deal. That seems to be what drives them. That next deal is everything. They will... See, I'm the kind of collector, I'm not anywhere near as successful as that. I'm the kind of collector who... I really love my stuff. I'd rather keep my stuff instead of overcommitting and then having to sell something I really like.
Got it. See, when I collect, I kind of think of a situation like, I'd like a stainless steel dress watch. Which one do I want?
He's got so many stuff there. He's got so many. By the way, Rich Buddy, get your ass on here now. Get your ass on here, Rich Buddy. Get on. I'll put the link in the description, in the comments. Jump on now, Rich Buddy. Seriously. I gotta be honest with you. I look at my Pateks, right, and I think I possibly went a bit crazy there. How many do you really need? Really?
One.
I think one Patek isn't enough, don't you think?
Oh, for sure. I would love to have one. Every time I try to save for one, I get derailed because a Rolex pops up, and I don't want to say no because they're all going over retail.
Yeah, it's money in the bank.
I think myself, I got to tell you, I can get, you can easy to get very, very greedy.
But now what do? Do you pass and continue to save? Let's say I want to save low 30s to buy the Patek Philippe I want, the 5205. And you get up 10,000, right? And then you get a call from the AD. Do you pass and continue saving? It's kind of hard to do.
Look, you've got to make that, only you can, it depends what watches they're giving you, but what have they given you lately?
Well, since I would say the last 6 months, I got the Batman, and then I got the Z Blue Milgauss.
The Z Blue's not that hot, okay? Let's not blow smoke up anywhere that shouldn't be blown up. It's not that great. It's great. It's great, but it's not that great.
Yeah, no, it wasn't like a no-brainer. I could have turned it down. Like the Batman is a no-brainer. You have to.
Yeah, the Batman is.
A Pepsi would be a no-brainer, okay? Yeah. A Panda would be a no-brainer. A Kermit would be a no-brainer.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, sometimes maybe you just gotta take the plunge. Why don't you buy pre-owned? Why do you have to buy new? Have you seen David S.W.? Have you checked out their inventory?
No, I've been looking. The cheapest one I found.
He's got a lot of good watches. You know that? He's got a lot of nice watches. He's got a sale on at the moment. and he's happy to do deals, man. Get your ass over there and have a look. That's what I'd be doing, man. Why don't
Yeah, I
we
check
do
his
that?
site. I check his
some
site all the
great
time, but he
stuff.
don't have that particular model right now.
Wait, do you want
I
the G or the
understand.
R?
The G.
With the blue dial?
G. No, the
Here
the
we go,
white, like the
Steve.
silver dial.
$5. It is really about the hobby. I wear each one in rotation. You were wrong about it chasing happiness. I'm extremely content and happy.
More power to you, Steve.
More power to you, Steve. The only problem I find with that collection is they're all the popular ones. Do you have anything that's not popular that you just like?
Yeah, that's a good
What
question.
do you think? What do you think? I think
I don't
is
think
there-
so.
I kind of.
If he's talking about getting a Hublot Pontiff, I doubt he has the softer models.
Yeah.
By the way,
Hey,
Pontiff,
JJ, yes.
David SW has a Explorer 1 214270 Mark II dial for
Yes.
10,500 Canadian. Maybe I'll.
Just do it, man. Mention my name. He'll give you a discount. Do it now.
Gotta do it.
Just do it, man. Just look. I tell you,
Oh,
Marco,
it's gotta hurt, man. It's gotta hurt, man. Man, that's
Marco,
Pontiff. You have to understand.
you're not
That's
gonna go
not.
wrong with it. You're
That's
not
a
gonna
lot
go
of
wrong.
coin for a young kid, you know? That's the only thing that's making me hesitant. Not that I'm not
Marco,
comfortable
your
with
money's
spending.
safe. Why don't you enjoy it for 6 months and then you can sell it?
Yeah.
And you have the money for it. It's not even like you need to put it on a card and figure out how you're gonna pay for it.
Yeah, I could bank transfer, but it's not. It's more so the principle, JJ. You know?
Listen, when you get to a point when you have to figure out how you're gonna pay that credit card and you just charge it,
that's probably worse.
that's when you should worry. If you have the money in the bank, you're all right. No, Arch, have you bought on the card and figure out how to pay it later?
How do you think this sub's coming from? I didn't pluck that out of my ass, did I? Where do you think the money for the sub's coming from?
I've been there, man. I've been there.
Listen,
Where do you think, man? Where do you think? It's magic?
Steve, this is what you do, okay? You want to find inner happiness? You go paypal.me/ArchieLuxury. Give the Pontiff some financial aid, and then get a nice paid review, a supreme paid review. No, we're not talking $50 US. We're talking high-end luxury watch paid review. Get your collection paid review, $50 US, $100 US, no problem.
I gotta tell you guys, seriously, I sometimes I think with these things, having more doesn't necessarily make you super happy. You know? I think I want to just slow down myself, okay? I want to probably keep on. I got to sell one of those Pateks. I got to sell one of the Pateks, and then I got the sub coming. I've got the money for the sub. It was expensive. It's gotta hurt. It's gotta hurt, man.
Yeah.
Are you gonna try the 6006 on a rubber strap and see how you like it, or no?
Yeah, I'll do that. That's okay.
You can even get one that's not too expensive on like Amazon for like $20. They have
It's
those
22
Barton ones
mil.
are very thin.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot there. But I gotta tell you, seriously, I really do think you should be happy with what you got. You got a great collection yourself, JJ. You know that?
Thank you. I'm working on it, but you know what? Every time I could think of another watch, I want to add. You know,
Yeah. You're a great Soprano fan.
I used to watch it all the time. I'm from Brooklyn, New York, Arch. You know, I mean,
Your favorite character?
probably Christopher.
He
made
was
me laugh.
flawed. You know that? He got killed by Tony in the end, didn't he?
Yeah, but he had so many funny lines. He was really like some of the things he would say.
He was a bit on the dope, wasn't he?
Yeah. Towards the end, he was. Yeah.
Yankee Doodle, $5. Arch, you should do premium reviews for people like Steve. Charge $2.50. They will pay. Thank you, Yankee. I gotta tell you seriously. he got killed in that car wreck. You remember that? He was changing the CD, wasn't he?
Something like that, and they flipped over, right? And then Tony let him die.
Tony killed him.
Yeah. Well, did he let him die or did he choke him? I don't really
Tony
remember.
choked him.
Yeah, right. It's been a while. I haven't really seen them in many years, but I used to watch it all the time.
James Gandolfino, he had a Rolex sub until it was stolen by the ambulance crew.
He was a tremendous guy. I met him in real life.
Are you joking?
Yeah, a very large man. Yeah, he was a big guy in real life.
How did you get to meet him?
In Manhattan. I was just walking past his apartment building, and he came out, and I was with one of my friends, and he was getting into
it. Hey, Tony!
Nah, me, I'm not like that. I won't talk to anybody, but my friend has a big mouth, so right away he's like, hey, he starts talking to him. Next thing you know, they're like taking a picture with each other, but me, I would never say a word. I'm not,
And did you shake his hand? You met him?
I did, yeah, but my friend initiated the conversation, and he said he was a big fan of the show. He was actually a really cool guy. He talked with us for like 15 minutes, because my friend just kept talking and talking. Then finally he was like, listen, I got my limo driver here. I kind of got to go. I got to get in the car. We're a little late. So we were like, all right, But he was very nice. Like, he talked for like 15 minutes.
Wow, that's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. But he like I said, he was like pretty tall, but he was big. He was just a massive guy,
Was he bigger than me?
He was like, he was wide, he was like just a really big guy. He was definitely, like in real life, he was an intimidating size, you know what I mean? So you could see how he pulled it off on the show.
I like Tony. I did.
Yeah.
I liked him. He had a Mercedes SL at one stage. Remember that?
I don't remember. I remember he had the Suburban truck, and then he had the Cadillac truck.
Remember he had the affair with the Mercedes sales lady.
Yeah, yes. I remember when
she had to be shaken off. Remember they sent the.
Yeah, the other guys threatened that was great.
You'll be scraping your nipples off the pavement.
Yeah, he told her, I know you think this is gonna be romantic, but the last face you're gonna see is mine, not his.
Yes.
that was a really good. That was really a good scene. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
The best scene, Arch. I don't know what you think, but my favorite scene in the whole show, not like super serious scene, but just like made me laugh the most. I always found it like a comedy. I don't know if everyone else feels that way, but like when my friends and I watched it, we always thought it was like a comedy, the way they spoke and everything. But the best scene was when they go into the bar with, remember Lorraine? She was the loan shark, the female loan shark, and he wanted to collect the money, and he shoots through the phone book. And he said he only made it to the R's. Today was a lucky day. That's my favorite scene.
So what happened to her? She was the female loan shark. What happened exactly?
She was
Tony money.
No, she was a loan shark for them, but they were having like an internal war within the family, like who was going to take over. That was
yes.
When the son, what was his name? Carmine's son, and what the hell was the guy that lived next door from Tony? You remember? Oh, Johnny Sack, when they were fighting over who was going to become the new boss, and she was kicking up.
Johnny Sack, I love Johnny Sack. He had the Maserati.
Yeah, yep.
And he was always a nice guy. He never played around. He had that. He had, his wife, the larger size. He always liked her. He was quite an interesting character, Johnny Sack.
Yep. He didn't make many mistakes. He was a very low key guy. He wasn't wild.
But he went to jail.
Yeah, remember they were making fun of him because he cried when they arrested him during his daughter's wedding?
Yes.
They were making fun of him that he was crying.
And then he sold the Maserati, got sold to Christopher for $25,000.
Yeah.
And then it got repoed. Remember that?
Yeah, Christopher had no luck. I think he was the deepest character on that show. Like you said, he was very flawed, and he always had that internal struggle. And
no, I was quite pleased that when Tony got rid of him. I don't blame Tony, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I think. You know who I liked was that who's that guy? The one who always. Remember they got rid of their mate on the fishing trip.
Oh, Pussy.
Pussy, yeah, remember that?
Yeah, and he was the fish in one episode. He was talking to him when he was having the food poisoning. He was in his dream as the fish.
And then they said to him he wants to drink. He had a tequila, and then they got rid of him. Remember that?
Yeah, that was sad because that was his good friend from when they were kids. But you know, it was a very good show. I mean, I don't know if you could say it was realistic at all, but the way they presented it was very good. I thought, you know.
Yeah.
There was just a lot of weird stuff.
I love some of Tony's lines. Remember when he did the hub thing? That's where he gave the paddock to that guy, right? His son-in-law or some cousin or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, the housing scam, right?
Yeah, the one with the metal band, right?
And he goes, Tony, you can't. I didn't expect you to do that. No, it was a white gold band.
Oh yeah.
It was the annual calendar 5037 with the diamond real weird choice, but anyhow. And he goes, Tony justifies it. He goes, these are the same people who run TSA. Give me a break. I like the way he could just manipulate things. You know, he's very.
They had a ton of good like one-liners. The way they were very witty. You know, their responses were very witty.
Yes.
There was so many good. There were so many funny parts that you could talk about. Like, you know, when they were robbing the wine and the motorcycle gang was there, the Vipers, and they started making fun of them. Oh, the Vipers, and they started shooting at them when they were stealing the wine. That was funny. Him and Tony, Chris and Tony, they stole that wine.
And what about Tony had that relationship? Remember, he had that Russian girl.
Yes.
And then the other guy took her.
I'm trying to think. I don't remember the whole part. I remember.
He beat him up. Remember?
Oh yeah. You're right. Yeah, I remember her being on his boat. She was with him for a little while, right? I forgot her name. The one with the brown hair.
Yeah.
And there was the other one with the plastic leg. Who was the one who had the plastic leg? Remember? He takes the leg from when they were fighting. He put the prosthetic leg. There was so much weird stuff on that show.
Yes. Yeah, Tony.
You know who was really funny on the show? Phil Leotardo. He had a lot of funny lines. He was very good.
Phil. Because Phil, didn't Tony have the car accident with Phil?
Yeah. At the when they ran his head over at the end. But remember, he kills Vito when he finds it because he was married to his like cousin or his sister, and then he found out he was gay. He went on the run, and then Phil pops out of the closet in the hotel room.
Yes.
And they beat him to death. But he had a lot of funny one-liners. If you ever go back and like watch like his parts, he always says something really funny.
I remember the guy in the train shop. Remember that the trains he buys this vintage Lange train set, and then they come in and shoot him. Remember that?
Wait, say it one more time. Which part was that?
It was a vintage Lange train set. You remember that shooting?
It was no, I don't. I remember Bobby Bacala had the train set, but I don't remember that part. There was so many parts. It's hard to remember them all.
Okay, guys, we're gonna wrap this up. Marco.
Yes, sir.
Would I pull the trigger? 10, yes or no? What do you think? It's a lot of money. As you said, it's a lot of money. 10,000 Canadian.
If I got financial aid from my parents, if I would have already pulled the trigger. It's just because it's coming from my pockets, you know? When it comes from your pockets, it's like, oof.
It's gotta hurt.
It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt.
Why don't you just ring David SW now and see if he'll do a deal? Say, hey, I'm one of the presenters on the ArchieLuxury show.
I'm a cardinal, certified cardinal.
And just say to him, man, can you give me a little bit off? Can you? Just ask him. Why don't you try it? Give it a shot, hey?
He's a very nice guy. I've spoken to him.
I agree. You know what? Maybe I will. I'll chat them up.
And if he gives you a bit off, just pull the trigger.
Yeah, if he gives me a bit off, because there's also the holiday special, right?
Yeah, just go and do it now. Come on. Okay, guys, I gotta go. See you tomorrow. I'm just getting anxious. Only
2 more nights to go, Ponif.
2 more nights.
We're gonna go great, and then Ponif, once you get your subby, you're gonna get your mojo back just in time for paid reviews. This is a good reminder, guys. $50 US. The Christmas holiday season is coming. Get some paid reviews.
guys. See you later.